Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the magic that makes the web feel alive. We are talking about JavaScript, and we're going to break it down so it's super simple and makes perfect sense.
But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever landed on a website and it just felt, I don't know, kind of flat? Almost like a digital poster just stuck on your screen. I mean, it looks fine, but you can't really do anything, right? That exact feeling is the perfect place to start our conversation about why JavaScript is so important.
So to really get what JavaScript does, we've got to first see what a web page looks like without it. This is what we call a static page, and it's built on just two main things: its structure and its style.
Okay, so every single web page out there, no exceptions, starts right here with HTML. The easiest way to think about it is like a skeleton. It gives the page its basic structure. You know, the headings, the paragraphs, where the images go. It's the bare bones of the entire thing.
Now, let's be honest. A skeleton by itself isn't exactly pretty. And that's where CSS comes into the picture. CSS is all about the style. It's the skin, the clothes, the whole look. It handles all the colors, the fonts, and the layout, making our skeleton actually look good. So now we have a page with a solid structure and some nice style. It looks great. But you can click on things all day long and absolutely nothing will happen. It can't think, it can't react, it can't do a thing. So that leads to the big question, right? What is missing here?
Well, that missing piece, it's the spark of life. And this is where we finally bring in the star of today's explainer, JavaScript. It's the third and final piece of the puzzle that completely changes the game.
So if HTML is the skeleton and CSS is the style, then you can think of JavaScript as the brains. It's what adds all the behavior. It's what allows the page to react to you, to make decisions, and to change right before your eyes without having to reload the whole page. It's what makes a web page feel, well, smart.
And that brings us to our official definition. JavaScript is the programming language that adds all that behavior and interactivity to web pages. It's like the engine humming along in the background, just waiting for you to do something so it can respond.
Now, that all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it actually look like? Let's get practical and see it in action. We're going to go from static to dynamic with a couple of really clear examples.
Let's start with the simplest interaction imaginable, just a button on a page. Without JavaScript, this Click Me button is just decoration. Seriously, you could click it a million times, and nothing would ever happen.
But add just a tiny sprinkle of JavaScript and boom! The second you click that button, something actually happens. In this case, a little pop-up alert that says, "Hello World." This is JavaScript in its purest form. It's listening for an event, your click, and then it runs a command. Simple as that.
Okay, let's level up to something a bit more practical, something you definitely see every single day: filling out a form online. Doesn't matter if you're signing up for an account or buying something, JavaScript is there, working hard behind the scenes.
Just think about what happens when you hit that submit button. Instantly, JavaScript just springs into action to check your work. Did you actually type a real email address? Oh, whoops, did you forget to fill in a required field? If there's a problem, you get a helpful little error message right away. And if it's all good, your info gets sent. That immediate feedback, without the entire page reloading, is all JavaScript acting as a really smart gatekeeper.
So these simple examples, a button click and a form check, they're really just the tip of the iceberg. They're the basic building blocks for a much, much bigger idea that really defines the entire modern web experience.
Which brings us right back to the main point. This is the thing to remember. If you take away just one thing today, let it be this: JavaScript equals behavior and interactivity. That's what separates a boring digital document from a true digital experience.
And you know, in the web development world, there's actually a fancy term for this. It's called a dynamic user interface, or just dynamic UI. All it means is that the page can change and react to you in real time, and that's the source of JavaScript's power.
So what else is part of this whole dynamic UI thing? Well, responding to clicks, like we saw, validating your forms, but also think about your social media feed loading new posts as you scroll down, or an interactive map that you can drag and zoom, or even just those smooth little animations that make a website feel polished. Yep, that's all JavaScript working its magic.
When it comes right down to it, it's all about this one powerful idea. HTML and CSS can build a really nice-looking web page for sure, but it's JavaScript that breathes life into it. It's what turns a static page into a living, breathing web application. And that pretty much brings us to the end.
We've seen how JavaScript adds behavior, interactivity, and just life to the web. It's this incredible tool for endless creativity. So the only real question left is, now that you know what it can do, what will you make it do?